What is up, boys? In today's video I will be showcasing this Super Bowler army. I've been having some great success in Legend League with this army. I know a lot of people are using meteor golems at the moment, but I do not have meteor golems yet. And also I think Super Bowlers are quite a fun army. So let's get straight into the attacks. Also, the link for the army will be in the video description. Okay, we are up against a double rage base, and against this base it's very important to funnel your bowlers into this area. So to do that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a Warden walk on this side. Just take out these couple of buildings right here. On the opposite side we're gonna use a flame flinger. I used a Yeti and a balloon to clear this archer tower and mortar, and the flame flinger is gonna clear these buildings. I'm gonna wall break into here and just use a wizard here to clean up these buildings so that my super bowlers have a clean funnel down this channel. We want to force the super bowlers down this channel. If you can do that, the base will be wrecked. Unfortunately, we have two builders. These two builders are on the scatter shot, so the Warden is gonna take quite a while to clear the scatter shot. But you can look at the time here. We are at a 1 minute 30 mark left in the attack, and there's 80% of the base left. So you can see super bowlers are quite a fast attack. So we place all of our super bowlers down here, and I make the mistake here of placing my king down here. I didn't funnel these buildings, so the barbarian king is actually gonna walk into this compartment here around the outside, and that is a little bit of a problem. Unfortunately, the healers get stuck on the archer queen right here. So my Warden's ability is gonna get forced quite early by this multi-inferno right here. But at this stage it doesn't really bother me. I send the RC up here with a skilly spell to support. You always want to send the RC on the flank to support the push. Make sure the push goes strong into here. I freeze this long shot here because it's wrecking my super bowlers. And this base is already gone. I use the RC ability here to clean out these buildings. The queens here are cleaning up here, and the flame flinger still hasn't popped, so we're basically swagging our CC units. I use a totem here to distract these heroes here. I should have sent the headhunters already, so my royal champion is gonna die unfortunately, but the base is already gone. Now it's just a matter of cleaning up the giants up here, cleaning up the Teslas. We got the Yetis out of the CC, they didn't do anything. We still have the queen, the warden, and bowlers left, and this was a pretty well upgraded base, and it got wrecked. Okay, this next base is like a double poison box base, and what we want to do is we want to Warden walk on this side right here, just clean out all of these buildings, but we want to get this multi. This multi is really important because I don't want it targeting my healers or anything like that. On the opposite side I used a Yeti and a flame flinger right here. The flame flinger is going to clear these couple of buildings and just a nice funnel for my super bowlers. Again, we're going to go on the opposite side of the tunnel. We're going to push the super bowlers into this compartment. I'm gonna wall break into here, and then we'll just use a jump here on the client castle. So I'm just waiting for my warden to clear this multi. As I said, it's really important. And of course you can spend like a minute 15 seconds on the warden walk. Anything longer than that and you're gonna start having problems with time. But against this base, as you'll see, we've only cleared 20% of the base again, and there's just a minute and a half in the attack left. So you can see the super bowler part is quite fast, because of course the rocks bounce through the entire base and just destroy a bunch of buildings at the same time. Of course, always you're going to place the two ice golems first to tank for the super bowlers. Just baby dragon up here to funnel the queen in. And we go for another wall breaker for this junction right here. And I'm gonna use the Warden's ability quite early because we're going into a lot of damage. We have all of these defenses as well as the long shot attacking us. And we're gonna be entering the revenge tower very soon. is the RC is actually going to be used here on this side, just to flank the super bowlers a bit. King's ability I used, and again the flame fling is just up there chilling again. Here comes the RC, and this revenge tower is quite wrecking me, so I'm just gonna use a totem. Revenge tower is really strong, so you can kill all of your bowlers really fast, so always watch out for that. I just used the skelly spell there to protect my queen, and the base is just wrecked. Always bring a couple of wizards for cleanup to put behind the RC to just clean up these buildings. As you can see, we have the giant, you have the yetis from the CC, you have all of the bowlers, we have the queen, we have the warden. RC is still alive. This base is again crushed, and we have a swag invis spell. Okay, here we have another double poison, I believe. Yes, double poison. And against this base I do something a little bit different than I have done against all the other bases, and this is something you'll have to learn if you're going to use super bowlers. So the first thing I do is I place my warden down here at the bottom side. His job is going to be to clear out this entire compartment. He's going to clear out this entire compartment. I'm going to use a couple of balloons to snipe this archer tower, and then I'm going to put my flame flinger right next to this archer tower. This flame flinger is going to clear this part of the base. It's going to clear the spitters, it's going to clear the expo, it's going to clear the air defense. And then what we're going to do is we're going to send the super bowlers into this compartment right here. Use the queen on this side, just to funnel. Probably going to have to use the queen's ability a little bit early because of this Rico cannon right here. But as you can see, the warden, he's just doing his job, slowly chipping away at the defenses. Luckily he's out of the range of the multi-archer, and I'm gonna have to use a totem right here for the expo. Unfortunately, you're gonna see I'm a little bit late with my totem, so I have to waste an extra totem, but I have to, because if the expo destroys my flame flinger, my warden's gonna get pulled to the yeti, so I have to burn that extra totem. But as you can see, the flame flinger is forming a nice funnel on this side, and now we just go with the super bowlers into here. Archer Queen is gonna come here, and then the Barbarian King is gonna go into the compartment here as well. Of course, we have the Revenge Tower right here and the long shot, so we're gonna have to watch out for that. I'd place the jump here, and I clip this piece here so the bowlers can reach the multi and stuff here. And we're gonna use the Warden's ability really soon. Of course, we have 3 rages, so don't be scared to use those rages. You want the super bowlers to be raged almost through the entirety of the core. They will just smash through everything. And we use the RC up top here, and we have to freeze the minion prince, because of course we send the queen here on the outside, so we had nothing to kill the minion prince. So we freeze the minion prince and send a couple of headhunters to take care of him. And at this point we're just cleaning up. I think we have every single bowler still left right here. The CC already came out, and now we're just cleaning up here. We still have the one invis left that I'm gonna use on the royal champion, but you'll see here I actually used the invis a little bit late. My RC almost dies. I just save it in the last second, but the base is it's wrecked anyways. And that's how you take care of these diamond double poison bases. The next base we're up against is a Itsu base. If you are in Legends, you probably have seen this base multiple of times, and I have a way of beating this base. It's quite easy, but unfortunately I did fail this attack, but I will show you exactly what I did wrong. But the first part we're gonna do here is we're gonna place the warden up top here. The warden is gonna take out these defenses and actually tank for this expo. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take out this mortar right here. We wait for the balloon to tank the multi-archer so that the baby dragon doesn't get killed, and then we can use the flame flinger right here. The flame flinger Just gonna clear out these buildings right here, just to set an extra good funnel for the super bowlers. You will have to rage early here because we have the expo, the multi-archer and the archer queen. And you'll see here, unfortunately, ground skellies are gonna pop, so I have to waste the extra freeze on the archer queen, which is never ideal. Even though I use a headhunter, this Tesla right here actually killed my headhunter. That's why I had to use the extra freeze, which you never really want to do. But in this situation, I didn't really have a choice. And then what we're gonna do is, the mistake I make in this attack is, I'll show you when I do it. It's quite a big mistake actually. Of course this wall break is really nice, it triggers a bunch of traps. But the mistake I make is exactly right here. Right here I place my archer queen down right here. Against these this core invis bases, you never want to use the queen on the outside. What I should have done is, the queen should have come here with the rest of the army, and then the RC with electro boots I would have placed down here, and the electro boots would have destroyed all of these buildings, funneling my super bowlers right here into the core. Yeah, so I place down all my super bowlers, I place down my king, and I use a skeleton spell for this monolith. And unfortunately this giga bomb does end up killing one of my super bowlers. I just use a totem here in the core to distract the long shot because it was doing quite a bit of damage. Now at this time I should have already placed my RC down. I'm just waiting for no reason. And yes, all my super bowlers in the core just get wrecked. So if I had my queen here coming in here, the queen's ability would have been used now here in the core, taking down this minion prince, all of these extra defenses, and the RC would have just been coasting down here. Now, at the end of the day, this was just a time fail, but it should have definitely been a triple. So I placed the RC down here, and now we're just coasting. This Yeti, I should have really used this Yeti up here by this super wizard tower. Then I probably wouldn't even have time failed. But at the end of the day, this was just really poor execution from my side, and I should have just used the headhunter. I don't know why I didn't use my headhunter here, because the barbarian king just ends up, the minion prince actually just ends up wrecking my warden, and that's probably one of the reasons why I time failed. But as you can see, the storages are pretty much the last thing that's gonna stay up, and I'm just gonna lose because of these storages.